Yes, sir, this is the Raider Nation Report. Yes, sir, every Tuesday. Yeah, line is to the right. Yes, ma'am, VIP is to the left. Yes, the new mini bar is open. Absolutely, absolutely. Please say hi to the midgets on the way in. Line to the right, sir. To the right. Thank you. Yes, we do have a new smoking lounge in the back. Please enjoy yourself. Just past the new mini bar. Yes, VIP to the left, regular line to the right. Yes, ma'am, you have to be on a few weeks in advance. Let me know your name, please, and I'll check to see if you're on. Yeah, VIP, you can go ahead and start going in. Thank you. Appreciate your patience. Show will be starting very soon. These guys like to run a tight show. Just getting final things in order. Yes, Commish is in the house tonight. Yes. Yes, sir. Doors will be opening very soon. Apologize for the wait, sir. Any second. Enjoy the show. What's up, Raider Nation? What's up? I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from the friendly confines of Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. Just where is that, might you ask? Well, let me give you some simple directions, shall we? We're still down the street, past that house, with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop at the corner and ask our man Joe. Get the hookup from Joe. He's a gentleman. He's a scholar. He's a man of many, many, many things. Slip him what you should, and he will point you in the right direction. He's to tell you to take a left and then a right. As you find yourself strolling down the street, mind your own goddamn business. You're going to pass this deep, dark alley to your immediate right. Now, as you pass this real sketchy, deep, dark alley, no fucking street lights, it's one of them ones, you don't know if you want to walk down it. This cool breeze is going to hit you. It's going to chill you right to your skeletal core. You'll find yourself asking, was that the autumn wind? Oh, you goddamn right. Should you venture down that deep, dark alley? Well, of course you should. Because what you're going to find at the end is a special little place that we like to call deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction, and as it is every Tuesday, this is the Raider Nation Report, a solid 60 minutes with yours truly of everything silver and black, and we've got a lot to get into. Raiders are 3-3, back to 500. They're in the conversation, but the fan base acts like they're not. It's the weirdest. This is one of the weirdest times I remember being a member of Raider Nation. Social media has never been as prevalent as it ever has been in history as it is right now. I mean, it didn't used to exist. Not even a decade and a half ago, really. So now it's everybody's able to put their opinion out there. We have shows like mine. So it's a much more volatile fan base than it used to be. The rooting for players to be injured. The rooting for unproven players to play. Rooting for things that probably aren't necessarily the best for the team. I don't understand. It's a strange time. It's a strange time. We know we're at a crossroads at quarterback. Obviously, Jimmy G was not the solution. We knew that when he was coming in. He was a stopgap, a Band-Aid. The transition between Carr and whoever the next guy was going to be. Or who they hope the next guy will be. But the team, and the part of the team, the defensive side of the ball, that the fan base has cheered for so long and cried for, is coming around. And maybe this team doesn't need to be the team that everybody thinks it needs to be to get into the postseason and have a little success this year. The AFC is a fucking little bit of a mess. Who's who? You don't really know. What's up is down, what's down is up. The AFC is a little weird. So, the teams who were supposed to be the powerhouses, the Cincinnati's, Buffalo's, they've tripped. They haven't looked like what everybody said they would be. I think it's still anybody's game. Big injuries happen. Yet the Jaguars now face an injury at quarterback. You've had another, the Bears, who the Raiders are getting ready to play this week, which we'll talk about later. Possibility coming without their starting quarterback. It's a battle of the backups this week. It's an interesting time. We're going to talk about it. We got a lot to get to. The team's 3-3. You think the fan base would be a little happier. I understand you're 3-3 with a quarterback now who's in the MASH unit. You don't know what's up with him. You've got an unproven rookie who pissed down his leg the first time he came in. Everybody wanted to shit all over Hoyer, but then Hoyer comes out and he's the fucking savior. It's such a fickle fan base. When you stand back and look at it from our perspective as a group of guys who run a social media brand, we get fucking thousands of comments a day, and you just stand back and look at them. It's just amazing week to week to see just how it sways from one direction to the other. Fucking 2 weeks ago, me even mentioning Brian Hoyer was just absurd. Fucking absolutely absurd. He's trash. You know when the last time that guy won a starting fucking game? Trash. Oh, the kid gives us the best opportunity. He's the only one that can throw the deep ball, blah, 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 blah. Now, all I've heard over the past, I don't know how many times, man, we just need Brian Hoyer out there. At least he can throw the deep ball. At least he can do this. At least he can do God, all the fucking points that I was trying to make 2 weeks ago, and I was a fucking jackass. I had no idea what I was talking about, are now fucking points people are making all over the fucking comments now. It's just insane. Maybe I should start crying about how people are stealing my opinions. Moving on. That's enough fucking foreplay. Christ, we damn near got the shirt over the head. All right, week 6 recap. The QB Club. In the club, it's fucking $10 cover. I'm sorry, it's extra. Mad Max Crosby, Hunter Renfro, ESPN rankings, sponsors, Cool Kids, the newsletter, the fucking Bears preview, Fan of the Week. Yes, we have one. Fan of the Week? Is that a possible hint? And the WTF. The WTF. What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up, Bill? What's up, Brando? What's up, Ryan? What's up, Ryan? Brian? Chad? Everybody. Joel. What's up, everybody? What's up, Matt? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Appreciate y'all joining me this evening. Let's get into this shit, shall we? We got a lot to talk about. I've wasted enough time on nonsense at the beginning of the show. Your time's valuable. Mine's not. So let's get to it. Let me fire up the YouTube chat down here. I think we may have it fixed. We'll know shortly. We'll let it roll for a little bit and see if it works itself out. Let's get that YouTube chat fired up. If you're watching over there on the YouTube, we appreciate you. And what's up to you, Robert Young, as well. What's up, everybody? Oh, it's a Tuesday. Oh, before I forget, I'll fucking mention it later. I'll be endless rambles at some point. All right, moving on. Let's get to it, shall we? Let's talk about this Week 6 game against the Patriots. Come down to basically the heart of your defense closing this game out. It wasn't just Max. You got to give the other guys props too, who were getting to the ball, man. It was Mad Max and company. This was a defensive effort. It really was. And just excited to see that this side of the ball is really coming around. I mean, this is something we've been asking for a long time in Raider Nation, was a defense that can close out games, that can keep you in games, that can even win games. Now, I came out and my bold predictions for the week were, I thought the Raiders would score over 20. Well, they scored 21. I mean, but they passed the bar. They didn't clear the bar, but fucking barely. I said they would get a defensive or special teams touchdown. They did end up with a defensive score. It was the one that closed the game out. So maybe a half a point. And then they did win. And those were my bold predictions. I thought they'd get over 20, have a defensive touchdown or special teams touchdown and win. And the defense played such a big part in this game. They were able to get to the quarterback. They weren't allowing them to really get anything going or sustain anything. Didn't allow them to get into the red zone. And you're starting to see a little bit of an interior push. You're getting other guys from the edge that are getting in there. Butler was one who got to the quarterback as well this weekend. John Jenkins also got there. Amik Robertson also got there. Amik's been around some splash plays the last few weeks, and sometimes, that type of stuff breeds itself. So hopefully that's something that keeps coming around. The defense is just starting to gel a little bit. We even had Bennett back out there this week, who didn't have I still, going back and looking at the tape, he's a little hit or miss out there. I hope he continues to come around. Obviously, not a fan of the number 0 jersey out there at corner. If you're going to wear that, you better be a lockdown sumbitch. And he hasn't been that guy yet. He hasn't. Rookie, I'm hoping he still comes around, but to me, he's still a little bit of a liability. Obviously, with the absence of Hobbs, and you're a little beat up here and there in the secondary already, you're having to move some guys around. Just another solid performance, really, by the defense. Let's start with the offensive side of the ball. Quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo looked good. Jimmy was moving the ball well. The interception wasn't on him. Although everybody will say, oh, it's number 8. Jimmy leads the league in interceptions. Well, there's out of the first 6, I would have gave him half of them. 7 was definitely on him. 8 wasn't on him. So I'd give him 4 out of the 8 and say they were on him. The other were situational shit that just happens in football. And it's bad luck. I mean, that was just bad luck. Sometimes the defense just makes a great fucking play. And that's all that happened right there. I mean, dude, he blew that fucking play up. Blew it up. And it's okay to say, hey, nice job, defense. Sometimes it just happens. You know, he put it on him. He had the fucking catch. And then he stepped and got fucking hammered. Ball pops up. You know, chances are, normally that ball probably just goes to the ground. It's just an incomplete pass. That fucker bopped straight up damn air. You know, it's just crazy shit that happens in football. It's not always the quarterback's fault, but, you know, it is statistically. It is what it is. He goes down. He was looking good. Obviously, the elephant in the room and what we were all hoping for was a healthy season out of Jimmy Garoppolo. We haven't seen that yet. This is his second time now. He didn't leave the game. He was able to finish the game, but did end up in concussion protocol after the game in the Steelers game and then missed the following game against the Chargers. Came back, looked pretty good, and then is injured again in this game. And supposedly, McDaniels has come out and said dodgeable and all that. We're going to get into all that in the QB club. I don't want to spend too much time on the QB details. But Hoyer comes in, and Hoyer has a great game. Hoyer goes 6 for 10, 110 yards. We saw the nice fucking down the field dime he threw to Trey Tucker, which was the big play of the game, moving the ball down the field. He came in and he was money. I liked that they came in and had him throwing right from the fucking get-go. That's what Hoyer brings. That's what he brings to the table. He's a veteran quarterback that you can throw in there for a second half, for a quarter, for a game if need be, and you can get by. He can get you by. He's seen it all before. He's been there, done that. That's why you have them. That's why he's there. You shouldn't have to fucking throw rookies into the fucking game who are unproven. You've seen Aiden had some talent in preseason. You got to let that kid work his way onto the field if he's going to get onto the field. You just don't throw him in. You just don't throw him in. He's not ready, and he proved it the first game. I will talk about that a little more here in a minute. The rushing game, Josh Jacobs, 77 yards. He goes over 5,000 in his career in this game, which is a nice milestone for Josh. A lot of NFL running backs don't see that. So he did start to come around. He kind of had a quiet game on the ground. The 3.1 yard average, his average has just been down this year. And that's, I think, where he's kind of deceivingly not being as dominant, because he's not having them big plays and he's not moving the chains on his own. It's just these little chunks, 3 yards in a cloud of dust every time. And you need more chunk plays from Josh on the ground. But he has he's really helping out a lot in the passing game. Catches 2 more balls for 16 yards. And so 77 on the ground, 16 through the air, almost 100 yards. Not a bad performance. Trey Tucker used again in another gadget play. Worked out well. I think they like this guy. They like getting the ball in his hands. He's a Swiss Army knife. He can do a lot of different things out there. Zamir White gets the ball 2 times, goes 2 yards. That's just what Zamir does. Unfortunately, he's not what everybody wanted him to be. Oh, we're going to get to all that play calling, Corey. You just wait a second. Receiving, Michael Mayer. Finally, we get the breakout game that we've been waiting for with the tight end, Michael Mayer, the rookie. He's probably going to be named, if they haven't already, named him the offensive Rookie Player of the Week. He had a spectacular 5 receptions, 75 yards, 15 yards a catch. It was definitely his breakout game, his coming out party as a rookie. And you can tell right out of the bat that they wanted to get the ball into his hands, and he was definitely figured in the game plan, which was nice to see. It was nice to see that they're definitely working other guys into the game plan. New weapons. I like to see that. Jacoby has proven to be the go-to guy for Jimmy. Whether we'll see that again this week, because we don't know if Jimmy's going to be there. But Jacoby, again, 5 balls, 61 yards, 12.2, and another touchdown for Jacoby. He's getting it done. He's getting it done for my fucking fantasy team, too. I'm loving it. Devontae, only 2 catches for 29 yards. He got blown up on that slant that ended up being the interception. And remember where that play was, ladies and gentlemen. They were about to fucking score, at least walk away with 3 there, and end up walking away with nothing. And that wasn't on your quarterback. That's just one of them plays that happens. So it is what it is. And Hunter, again, we'll talk about Hunter's lack of participation here a little further down the line defensive side of the ball, Tyler Hall out there looking good. Mad Max Crosby is just, he's in another world. Robert Spillane and Divine Diablo continue to impress at the linebacker position. They're playing really, really well. Bilal Nichols had a great game. John Jenkins had a great game. Butler had a good game. It was just a solid all-around performance. Trayvon Moehrig with another interception. And, it wasn't a good pass. I get it. Sometimes you just get gimmies because you're at where you're supposed to be. Just like the quarterback gets stuck with bad stats when they throw a pick. Hey, defensive backs get stats when they make a pick. It's not easy to get picks in the National Football League, and that's another one that turns the tide, that flips possession. You got to catch the fucking ball, even if they throw it to you. Ain't that right, Marcus Peterson? Still got to catch the ball, even when they fucking throw it to you. So, got to give Trayvon Moehrig props for that. A solid performance. Now, play calling again, to me, is what overshadowed the closeout of this game, which could have been a real nice finish. And the play calling is what, down the stretch, I just didn't like the play call when you get the first, and then you just go run, just very generic. And everybody knew on that third down play what was coming. I just thought it was way too predictable. And I think you should have been a little more dynamic. Tried to step on the throat there a little bit. I don't like giving the ball back to the other team at the end of the game like that. I think you can close it out. If you get that first down there, you're going to run that clock and they're not going to get the ball back. They were running out of timeouts. Did they even have one at that point? I'm not even positive that they had one. If they had one, they only had one. So you can run that clock out at that point. I don't like the last 2 games. It seemed like at the end of the game, the team has managed to pull it out and succeed in spite of the coaching and the play calling. The play to decide to kick it, that was so long when they were already, last game, we've already talked about that, whether or not they should have went for it there, whether you should have ran it, whether you should have punted it. The analytics said punt it. You went with probably what was the worst of the 3 scenarios. And got lucky because your defense fucking balled out and closed it out. Now this week you punted it, you ended up with them stuck deep. You got the big play out of your defense to close the game out. But why give the ball back to them? Why give them that opportunity? You didn't need a lot of yards on third down. It was 3rd and short. I don't know why you don't try something. Try a play action pass there. You know they're coming for the run. Try something quick. At least something to give yourself an opportunity to get that first down, besides a vanilla up the middle run again, which they just absolutely stuffed. I think you could have completely taken the opportunity that they even got the ball back and even had a chance at the end of that. Now, granted, the defense closed it out, and maybe you can make the argument, trusted the defense that much to close it out. That I get it, I guess. I would rather control the ball and have control of the ball and close the game out myself and not even let them have it back in their hands. So, it's a win. It's a win. The team gets back to they're in second place. Sparklers fucking blew it last night, so the Raiders are back in second in the AFC West. They're sitting at 3-3. 1-1 in the division. Let's see where we can go. Let's talk about it. It's time. Did you pay your extra admission? It's time to head in. For those of you that did, come join us. Come join us in this week's Quarterback Club. We got all kinds of shit to talk about in the QB Club this week. Oh, damn. Jimmy G is down. Jimmy G has left the building. Not only was he down, he left the damn building. They was worried about some fucking fucking puncture his vagina. What the hell? I don't know what they were worried about. Did he have a rib trying to pierce something? The fuck? Who knows? But he had to get out of there. They had him in the ambulance, sent him off for precautionary measures. I guess he is the franchise quarterback. Spare no expense. Fuck it. They got him right out of there. So Jimmy was gone. There was no, hey, he might be back. Oh, he's doubtful. Doubtful? Motherfucker left the building. He's beyond doubtful. He's changing zip codes. So Jimmy was gone, which left you with Aiden O'Connell, who was banged up, wasn't 100%. He's obviously not ready. So he's your third string. He's your emergency quarterback. And then you're still sitting with a lot of football left, a whole half of football. So you're like, all right. I mean, there is a possibility that your second gets banged up. You may need your fucking third. You never know. So Brian Hoyer comes in, and we'd had the conversation 2 weeks ago when they decided to make the decision to go to Aiden O'Connell when Jimmy was unable to play because of the concussion protocol. That I thought Brian Hoyer, as a veteran, the reason you have the veteran on the roster was you go to the veteran in that situation to just try for the one game. Everybody thought, hey, fuck it, let's catch lightning in a bottle. I think they caved outside noise. They started the fucking Super Trooper, and he shit all over himself. So they went to Brian Hoyer, but I don't think they had a choice but to go to Brian Hoyer. I think if O'Connell was healthy and 100% this last week, I think they probably would have went to him again. But Hoyer comes in, and Hoyer looked really good. He was able to command the offense. He was throwing the ball crisp right out of the gate. He came right out throwing. He had the deepest fucking ball, nicest ball anybody's thrown as a Raider this season. And he came out and looked exactly like why you have him around. He's seen it all. He's done it all. Nothing's going to freak him out. Nothing's going to scare him. He's seen all the schemes. He's seen all the blitz packages. He knows what number one corners do. He knows that he's seen it all. So now you're looking at this week. They are holding Jimmy Garoppolo's health very close to the cuff. They're not disclosing any news. Josh McDaniels said they've dodged a bullet. There's no internal injuries. But you're talking about a back. And any of us that know anything about back injuries or tweaking a back knows that they are very fickle. And that is an injury that you don't know what the fuck's going on until you wake up the next morning. So, without knowing what the injury really is, because it was such a weird, looked like a non-serious contact play, that I don't even know what to think about it. I don't know what to think about it. I don't know what to think about the assessment of it. But there is talk, and the rumors are that if Jimmy Garoppolo cannot start this week, that Aiden O'Connell will get the start over Brian Hoyer. And I ask you, as a fan base, how is that the smart play? When your team's 3-3, if you're talking that this is a short-term injury for Jimmy G, he's only going to be out maybe a week or two, which we don't know yet, just speculating based off of the dodge the fucking bullet comments. How is that the smart play? You tried the rookie in week 4 to see what he could do against a team that was completely decimated, was missing starters. You've seen what he's not ready. I'm not shitting on the kid, and I'm not saying he's not a talented kid, and maybe down the road he's ready to go. But he's just not ready. And you had Brian Hoyer, who came out and showed you why you have him. No, Brian Hoyer's not the fucking answer. He's not going to probably lead the team to the Super Bowl. But, can he get you by a couple games? Yes, I think he could. So if this coaching staff and this regime decides that the Super Trooper is the smart play over the guy who come out and just got you the win this week, I don't even know what to fucking say about that. I don't know what argument you make for that. I don't. Because that one don't make no fucking sense to me. How you can make that argument that that's the smart play. Your team's 3-3. You're right in the middle of everything. Everything. You don't just throw this away. You got to come out and put the best foot forward every week. He's not the best foot right now. He proved in preseason that, let's work with this kid. We may have something here down the road. Let's water it. Let's give him some fucking Miracle Grow. Let's baby him. Let's grow. Let's see if we can grow him into something. We ain't ready to throw this fucking kid out there. You're going to end up like David Carr. You're going to need shock therapy. Fuck. I think Brian Hoyer gives the team the best chance to win this week. I'm talking about 1 week. This is a week-to-week conversation in the QB Club here, ladies and gentlemen. This is a week-to-week conversation. They are having the conversation, Billy. They are having the conversation that, and the rumors are starting to fly around that they could possibly start Aiden, regardless of how Brian Hoyer looked. And I agree, he's not ready. He's not ready. But we'll see. We'll see. If Jimmy's healthy, Jimmy gives the team the best chance to win. If Jimmy's not healthy, Brian gives the team the best chance to win. I don't understand why that's so difficult. None of us picked these guys. Not a single one of us. Not me or any of you guys out in the comments. If we were sitting in the offseason and said the 3 quarterbacks that I want to build the Raiders quarterback tree out is number 1, Jimmy Garoppolo, the number 2, I want Brian Hoyer, and I want the number 3, this kid that nobody knows from fucking Purdue. None of us, not a single fucking one of us would have said that. None of us had Jimmy Garoppolo at the top of our wish list. None of us wanted Hoyer anywhere near a Raider jersey. None of us even knew who this fucking kid was. Except a couple people that's fucking cousins are going to fucking Purdue or something. Nobody knew who this fucking kid was. Except his fucking grandma. Who's ever selling him liters of Coke. Nobody else. We're just fans looking at what's here. This is it, man. This is what's in the toolbox. This is it. These 3. This is what we got in the club. He's 1. He's 2. He's 3. I don't understand why it's that fucking hard. I really don't. You don't catch lightning in a bottle. Every fucking quarterback ain't Brock Purdy. Ain't a Kurt Warner story. It's not Tom Brady. Those are exceptions to the rules. You get a whole lot more Brock Osweilers, Dan Orlovsky's, Jay Cutler's, fucking guys like that. You get a whole lot more Jamarcus Russells, Andrew Walters. You get a lot more. You go through a whole lot of motherfuckers like that to find the Brock Purdy's, the Kurt Warners, the Tom Brady's, and crazy stories like that, where you trip into talent. You don't trip into talent that often at quarterback. It doesn't happen usually. So, we'll see. We'll see. We don't know much in the quarterback club. A lot of undecisiveness because it's really all about Jimmy G and his back. What's up with your back? He needs a fucking backiotomy. That's what he needs. He needs a fucking backiotomy. All right. Moving along. Man, we just gonna have to have a fucking goddamn weekly session. We just, every week, we just come on here and just fucking, just pay homage to the greatness that is Mad Max Crosby. Just like, thank you. Please be a Raider one more year. Please. I mean, the dude is just exciting to watch. I'm telling you, take the time and just go watch a fucking game on the defensive side of the ball and watch Mad Max Crosby on every fucking play. Just go back and watch the replay of the last two games and just watch him on every play. This guy he don't stop. He's going possibly harder at the end of the game than he's going at the beginning. I don't know how that's humanly fucking possible, but it looks like it. It looks like as the adrenaline keeps building, as the body should be getting tired, everybody else around him's getting tired on the other side of the ball, but he's not. He's still coming at just as fucking hard as he did on snap 1 as he is on snap 50. Amazing. Amazing. I can't wait to see what this guy can do to this Bears team this weekend. This could be ugly. He's the only thing that is separating and keeping Mad Max Crosby out of the conversations. I sit and listened to a conversation on the local sports talk radio from deep behind the enemy line this morning. Guys, it's an NFC town. So, they don't even think about this guy. He's not in their conversation. They don't play him but once every 4 years. They don't even think about this guy. And they're rattling off who the top, the best edge rushers are, guys to get to the quarterback. And, they've got fucking, Bosa and Aaron Donald and, Myles Garrett. They're rattling off all these names. And nobody ever says Max Crosby. Raider Nation gets it. And it's because the team has not succeeded on that level to put him out there. But Max is as good as any one of those. And what he is missing is what this game could possibly provide. And that's just that huge, big splash game where he has 3 or 4 sacks and he just wreaks havoc, has a fumble, a forced fumble, a fumble recovery, and just like has one of those games. This could be it. I mean, he's just missing one of those amazing performances to thrust him right in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. He has the stats to put him there right now with the hurries, the quarterback hits, the pressures. I mean, the amount of times that he has pressured the quarterback over the past several seasons is the top of the league. Top of the league. He's got to get the sacks. That's the one stat that's just holding him back. He's sitting at 5.5, 6 sacks right now. He's going to finish with 10 double-digit sacks. But he needs those multiple sack games, those big games. He needs the games like he just had. Closing out games, making those big splash plays. Everybody knows he's a beast. You got to be next level beast to be Defensive Player of the Year. And I think Max is absolutely on the verge of being that next level beast. I really, really do. He's a generational talent, Raider Nation. We need to enjoy him while we have him, because who knows? Damn thing. What the hell's going on with this thing? Who knows how long we'll have him? Fuck you. You take care of it. I'm working over here. What are you doing? Ah, damn. Sleeping on the fucking job. All right, moving on. Enough of Mad Max. I'm sure we'll be talking about him next week. He gonna wreck some shit against the Bears. God damn. He'll wreck some shit. And they ain't gonna be good. Pity the Bears. Pity the Bears! Hunter Renfrow. He just wasn't even in the conversation this week. He wasn't part of the game plan. Michael Mayer obviously came out. He was part of the game plan. You could tell the guys who were part of the game plan. You could absolutely tell. Hunter was not, again. Trey Tucker is getting worked in. Carter's getting worked in. These are the type of plays that you would typically see Hunter in. And he's not in there. Third and Renfrow. He was money. Those are the type of plays you'd see him used, and you're seeing other guys. So I don't know. He just seems out of favorite with this regime, with this coaching staff, and it's unfortunate. We've seen, dude, this guy caught 100 balls in the National Football League, ladies and gentlemen. Guys don't do that. Normal guys don't do that. It's a goddamn shame. The writing's on the wall. If this last week doesn't show you the type of plays that you see Hunter would normally get, other guys are getting. He's just not even in the conversation right now. He's not in the plan. He's become expendable to them. When you become expendable, they're going to spend you. And they're going to spend him and spin him into some defense is what they're going to do. I don't know where they're going to go. They're shopping him. The rumors have been around that they're shopping him. He's not going to be around. He's not going to make the deadline. He's going to be gone within the next couple weeks. And I think it's a shame. I think he's a talented guy, and some team is going to love to get this guy. I wish Hunter nothing but the best, but I think the writing's on the wall that he's not going to be a Raider. I don't think he's even going to be a Raider for weeks. I think we're talking days. I think days. Before Halloween, he's gone. I just hope they get something that really helps this defense out. Get something, push up the middle. Defensive tackle. Defensive line. But it's going to be on the defensive side of the ball. He is 27. It's a fair point, Lines. But other than last year where he got injured, I mean, he's done nothing produce. And I think he would produce now given the opportunity. He's just not being given the opportunity. So I don't... usually when it's talent related when you see a guy fall off. But I don't think it's talent related with Hunter. I just don't think he's getting the opportunity. It's strange. It's strange. It's obviously the coach. So we'll see. We'll see what happens down the stretch. I'm saying by Halloween he's moved though. I think he's absolutely moved by Halloween, and I think it's unfortunate. The guy caught 100 fucking balls in the National Football League in the season. I mean, that is a feat not many do. 2 years removed from that, he's trash. I don't understand that. I don't get that one. Because last year was injured, basically, the whole season. So, he's back and he's healthy now. Why are you not using him? I think they think they can spin him into something. So, we'll see. We'll see what he spins him into. If it's going to be fucking gold or it's going to be shit. I just hope it's gold. We can only hope for gold. Moving on. We got to touch on our barometer to see how the rest of the world is viewing the franchise. This week, we like to use the worldwide leader in bullshit related to sports, the ESPN rankings for the week, and see where they've got us sitting as a fan base, as a franchise. See where the Raiders are sitting, shall we? Let's see. Moving up from 26 to number 24 on the charts. And you got to learn that lovely little lesson learned there. All three quarterbacks need to be ready on a weekly basis. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? Moving up 24 to, and that's about where they should be. I don't think they should be any more than that. They haven't proven anything yet as a team and as a franchise. They've beaten low-hanging fruit so far. You got to beat somebody. Well, that's all right. You can keep beating up on low-hanging fruit for a minute and keep yourself in it, keep yourself relevant all the way till the fucking last third of the season. But then you got to start beating some relevant fucking teams. You got the fucking Fish and the Queefs back to back before the bye. Those are two of the top teams in the AFC, probably 1 and 2. Then you come out against the Vikings and the Sparklers. You got the Queefs again. And that's really the only heavy hitter you got. The Queefs twice. The Lions in a couple weeks. And the Fish. So you can beat up. You can walk in the playoffs. Snacking on low-hanging fruit. So don't be knocking low-hanging fruit. That's like making fun of your homie. Just because he's dragging home an ugly girl at the end of the night. Hey. She may be ugly, but he's still dragging somebody home at the end of the night, and you just drag an ass home. That's it. Just saying. Don't be knocking. Low-hanging fruit gets you in the playoffs. I mean, just look at that. You go and beat the fucking Bears. Sorry-ass Bears. And then you lose to the Lions. You got low-hanging fruit in the Giants and the Jets. If you lose to the Fish and the Queefs, you got low-hanging fruit with the Vikings. Pretty low-hanging fruit with the Sparklers. Queefs. And then you got low-hanging fruit again with the fucking Colts and the Donkeys. I mean, you don't have a juggernaut of a season ahead of you. You really don't. You got 4 tough games. And all the rest are fucking middle-of-the-road scrubs that you should be able to fucking kick their teeth in. With even the 1 or the 2 quarterback. This is realistic. So if you just lost those 4 games against the heavy hitters, that's 10-7. That's playoffs. That's playoffs. Simple math. Tell me it ain't possible. It's absolutely possible. It's absolutely possible. Go to RaiderReaction.com. If you haven't checked out the website, we've made some new tweaks, add some new pictures to the viewer gallery. You may even find yourself on there. Go check it out. Check it out. While you're there, check out our sponsor on the homepage. Clear live streams. Hit that button. Get the hookup. Don't be getting bent over to watch your Raider games. Send Bryant a message and get the hookup at Clear Live Streams. And while you're there, scrolling over to the subscriber page, see what it is to be a cool kid. We've got lots of cool kids out in the audience today. We got the infamous Billy James. We got Roland. We got Bill. Dale. All kinds of cool kids. They got them. You can tell they're cool kids because they got that awesome subscriber badge next to their name. Puts you in the Dark Side Inner Circle group. And you can go to the subscriber page. It tells you all about how to become a subscriber on our website. And you click that button right there and it'll send you right to become a subscriber. Or right around the video that you're watching on the Facebook page right now. There's a blue subscriber button, or it's right at the top of our Facebook page. Become a Facebook subscriber to Raider Reaction Sports and be one of the cool kids. What? You heard me. And while you're there, scroll to the bottom any of the pages and throw your email address in that bottom bar so you can get registered to get in the subscriber list for the Dark Side newsletter. And we do a raffle the first Thursday of every month. Try the first Thursday, but at least we do one every month. All right, let's talk Bears game. Bears preview. I do things before the show, and then for some reason they didn't make it in. No, whatever. Bears preview. Bears preview. You are a top contributor. We'll give you that, Chad. It's like you're working it over there. You're working it. You're working your way up the rankings of the group contributors. So we'll give you that. Bears preview. This game right here, man. The Bears are coming in. The Raiders got some injury problems, but they ain't got nothing on the fucking Bears. The Bears are coming in. Fields is probably not going to play. They've damn near said already that he's not going to play. It just, I don't think they've said 100%, but probably 99% he ain't going to fucking play. They're missing their running back. Khalil Herbert's out. And then two of the guys are supposed to be filling in for him. They're now questionable. They're just beat up all over the fucking place on this team. And they're already a bad team to begin with. Healthy, they're a bad team. So, just wrap your head around that. They already suck when all of the good star players are healthy and on the field. And those guys are hurt. So, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough for the Bears in this one. That's why I think you got to go with Brian Hoyer. He's absolutely the smart play in this game if Jimmy can't go. Because you just need a veteran out there who can handle this game. The Bears are decimated. They're not going. I think the defense and Mad Max Crosby can have a gigantic game against this Bears offense. I said earlier, I think Mad Max can have a game that puts him on the map in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year after this game. This could be your 3-4 sack game that could really just put your name at the top of the defensive list. This is the type of game that these guys could have. There are turnovers to be had in this game. There are pick sixes to be had in this game. This offense is not going to be firing on fucking even half a fucking cylinder. This is a rough running machine in Chicago. I think the Raiders can come in. I think they can run the ball on the Bears. I think you possibly see a nice, probably the first 100-yard game for Josh Jacobs. I think this is a big game for the Raiders. I really do. I think they go over 24 points this week. 24. Damn. I know. I think they're going to break 24 points this week. I don't give a fuck who's at quarterback because I think a lot of it's going to be the running back. I think you're going to get a lot of help from the running game this week. I think you're going to be able to work the play action a little more. And I think there's a possibility of having Brian in there at quarterback, and that opens up a little bit more of the deep game. Brian looked crisp when he came in, man. That arm looked spry, looked ready to fucking go. I think this is a drubbing. I really think this is a drubbing. I think the defense. I think this is a game that the Raiders defense kind of puts its name out there, like, hey, us over here. You know the ones that nobody ever talks about. Oh, yeah, we're pretty fucking good. Because, dude, they've been holding teams to putting up nothing. They ain't been giving up touchdowns. They're forcing teams to field goals. They're good in the red zone. They're keeping points down. They're keeping yards down. They're causing turnovers. They're getting to the quarterback. Hey, us over here? Yeah, this Raiders defense, I know y'all forgot about us. We're pretty fucking good. And I think after this Bears game, you're going to get a little more conversation about that league-wide. People are going to start to recognize. And Mad Max Crosby is going to put his name out there and put a stamp on shit. That, hey, I'm legit. And you need to start talking about me when you're talking about the top five edge guys. The top 5 guys getting to the quarterback. The conversation for Defensive Rookie of the Year. I think that's what you're going to see after this Bears game. We'll see. I could be completely full of shit. Only time will tell. My prediction was good last week. You took that shit to the bank. Could have went to Vegas and bet on that shit. I was fucking on it last week. Prediction was fucking on point. It has been. I ain't gonna lie, Mark. Definitely has been a non-existent running game. But like I said, if you look at the stats this last week, he got a sneaky 77 and then another 16 through the air. So he was almost at 100 yards combined. So he kind of had it's because he's not getting the big breakout runs, you know, the 7-8 yarders every couple runs where you're flipping sticks a lot quicker. It's just too many. He's right at those 3-yard runs. He's consistent with them fucking 3-yard runs. Need more than bigger breakout runs. This could be the week. He's been coming around. You've seen it the last couple weeks. It's kind of starting to ratchet up a little bit. I think we're there. I think we see a big game out of the defense, a big game out of the running game this week. We do have us a fan of the week this week. Fan of the week. Hint, hint. Oh, wrong one. Oops, wrong button. Fan of the week. We're getting to that in a second. Fan of the week. And who could it be? Well, this is like cheating. It's almost cheating when you throw the Raider Reaction logo in the background, Robert. It's almost cheating because you know you're going to get picked. Robert rocking his Raiders at this Raider Reaction. I do believe that's his badass fuck your team sweatshirt in the back there. Appreciate you as always, Robert. He is one of the cool kids here at Raider Reaction, and he's got a nice little goodie pack coming his way featuring one of the 2023 Fuck Your Team poker chips. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate you. If you want to be fan of the week, Raider Reaction, all you got to do is send us a picture or a video in telling us, hey, I'm fucking fan of the week. I'm fan of the week. And we'll say, yes, you are. And we're going to put you in line to be fan of the week. We don't argue with you. You just got to send us a fucking proper picture or video showing us why you're the fan of the week. Decked out in your Raider gear. That's all you got to do. And we'll send you a nice little prize pack. We do one every Tuesday. So you got all next week to get it in. Possible scheduling change for next week. It's most likely a scheduling change, although I am a little insane, and so there is the possibility. But we most likely a scheduling change next week. Tuesday night, we will probably not be having the Raider Nation Report. I am going on vacation with the family this weekend, and I will not be back most likely for the show on Tuesday. Now, there is the possibility that if I roll in at 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and I've got 2 to 3 hours to prep a show to get ready because I'm going to be driving the whole way back and I'll be thinking about all this shit, that I can't say that there's not an outside chance that I could pop on that night and be like, yeah, fuck it, I'm doing a show anyway. But most likely, I am going to move the Raider Nation Report to Wednesday, and we will do the fantasy show on Thursday, and I'll just shuffle everything one day next week. And then we'll go back to normal the following week. So only 1 week shift. But, and I am completely disconnecting. I've told my family I will disconnect completely. All social medias, I'm completely unplugging. So from basically Saturday morning until Wednesday morning, I will be off the fucking grid. However, I've never missed a Raider game in 25 plus years. Fuck, maybe even longer. I don't even remember when the last time I didn't watch one live. So I will be I am watching the game, and I will be live from the fucking mountains for your post-game reaction. The second this bitch it's over. So as soon as the Bears game's over, there will be a post-game reaction. I will be live. I will be from the fucking mountains. I will be live with the Bears post-game reaction. And I am watching the game. And then after that, I'm just fucking connecting again. But I need to disconnect for a few days, man. Football season's rough. It's fun doing this, and I do it because I love it and it's a hobby. But it does become somewhat of a grind, so I'm ready to disconnect for a few minutes. But you'll see the big change. Those of you that watch the page every day, you know, we'll see what the guys can do while I'm gone. But You'll see how much I put into the damn page because it's gonna come to a screeching halt for a few days while I'm gone. Everybody's gonna be like, "What? Somebody get banned over here?" No, possibly, but not this time. All right, moving along. It's that time. We almost had a pre one. Almost had a pre one. Here we go. It's that time. Let's see. Hold on. Time check. Check the clock. What are we looking down there? All right. Ready to roll. Ready to rock. Let's get it. It's that time. Let's close her out. Thank y'all for joining us, man. We appreciate it. One last segment we got for you. Let's get it. Just a little something we like to call the WTF. The Commissioner of the National Football League, Roger Goodell, locked in new contract through 2027. And I've seen people, and I even put the post up, he's not going anywhere because he's good for business. And people challenged me. How's he good for business? He's ruining the game. He's turning it into flag football. He's doing this. He's doing that. He's good for business. $18.6 million. $18.6 billion. Not million. Billion. 18.6 million. Has a certain ring to it, and you're like, well, that's a lot of money. No, 18.6 billion. That's how much money Robert Goodell helped generate for the 32 owners of the National Football League in 2022. 18.6 motherfucking million dollars. That billion. I keep saying billion. Billion with a B. That's a lot of fucking money. So regardless of what we think about the stupid little passive rules or this or that or how he finds somebody or what he does, what us fans think about that, you got to step back and look at the big picture on this one and pop your head out your ass. We can all hate Roger Goodell all we want. This dude is in charge of a fucking major corporation that generated $18.6 billion for 32 owners who are already filthy fucking rich. He's doing a great job. And as long as he wants that job, they're going to keep fucking signing a new contract for him. That's his job until he doesn't want it anymore. That's the reality of it. I think he's literally got a lifetime gig. Until he wants to fucking hang it up. He's a slime ball. You're absolutely right, Lines. But you gotta be a slime ball to run to do what he does and run what he runs. To be these type of guys, it takes a slime ball. It is what it is. I still say he's good for business. I don't like the guy either. But the people that don't understand it, I just have to say, what the fuck? It's business. These guys are fucking rich billionaires. They only give a fuck about one thing. That's the bottom line. And he's good for the bottom line. And that's it. That's it. Thank you all for joining me for another edition of the Raider Nation Report. We appreciate you all. We will be live tomorrow night for Hardcore Challenge Live. Our fantasy night. We got a lot of fantasy football action to get into. Then, of course, TikTok Thursday night. I'm going to try to have a Black Friday show Friday night because we're bailing out on Saturday. And then, of course, post-game from the mountains this weekend. If I can get a signal. I might have to stand on the back of some bear. Some bear! That's it. It only seems fitting for the week. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I am out. Peace, love, Radio Nation.